What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some awesome Remix Cup battles over there utilizing Defense Form Deoxys, Mandibuzz, and Pelipper. Now, I want Defense Form Deoxys to come back to raids. This is the only one that I got, and I know a lot of you guys are missing out on it, because if you guys have an empty slot on a team that you really need something to meld it together, Defense Form Deoxys is typically that Pokemon because it is just that good. So I hope Niantic brings it back to raids for us, but today we're running this team, had a lot of great battles with it, facing off against lead losses and a lot of close matches, so GG's to all my opponents. If you guys do enjoy today's video, be sure to smash that like button and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, getting into this first battle here. Let's see how this goes. We have Deoxys on the lead versus Sableye. This is probably one of the toughest matchups you guys are going to face on the lead. So we got to swap out of there right away, and we're going straight into Pelipper right here. What's great about Pelipper safe swaps is because of the ban to Gavantula and Galarian Stunfisk, there's not a lot that can really completely hard wall it. Even a Bastiodon that comes in will possibly have to shield depending on how many fast moves you can get through. But we're going to go ahead and shield this foul play right here because they're not switching out, which tells me they may not have the best answer for it, but they do bring in their own Defense Form Deoxys. So what we're going to look to do is get to the Weather Ball right here. I almost got to the Hurricane, but I don't want to get hit with a Thunderbolt before at least doing some chip damage. So we do get a shield with Weather Ball, which is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and I think I do let this one go through right here. No, I shield it. All right. We go ahead and shield the Thunderbolt, and we're going to see if we can get a Hurricane off right here. I'm going to go ahead and build up to it, and now I'm going to go for double Weather Balls. I'm hoping to get a shield here because I obviously want to get those out of the way because Defense Form Deoxys with a Thunderbolt can do really well. And we're going to go ahead and swap back into our own Defense Form Deoxys right here. Charge move now coming through. This is probably going to be Thunderbolt right here, which is going to do some nice neutral damage, but we don't have to worry about that too much. We're just going to load up on some energy right here, and they do decide to swap out back into the Sableye. But this is what's fantastic is they dumped their energy, so we can go ahead and go for Rock Slides right here, force that final shield or take out the Sableye. We do force the final shield, which is great. We're going to try to get to the Psycho Boost. We don't get to it in time, which means this foul play will be taking us out. But we still have our Mandibuzz, which is a great wall here to the Sableye, and we still have Pelipper with some loaded energy. Now they have Defense Form Deoxys, and I'm guessing they need a hard counter to a Charmer, which means it might be Registeel. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Pelipper right here, go for a Weather Ball after doing a couple fast moves right here to get some extra energy, because I'm going to need all of that energy that I can get in order to close this game out. We might see Defense Form Deoxys come back in, which we do, so I'm going to go ahead and swap into Mandibuzz to soak the charge move right here. It's better to save the Pelipper with a Weather Ball for a potential close, plus we caught the Psycho Boost, which is beautiful, and we do see that Registeel, right? Seeing a Sableye lead in the Remix Cup, we have to account for their coverage to Charmers, which means Registeel is a great counter right there. So what's great here about the Flying Umbreon is that foul play does so much neutral damage right here, and we can actually tank a few Flash Cannons, which is really nice. We're going to be taking neutral from Flash Cannon and Focus Blast, but Flash Cannon does a bit more damage because it is stab here on the Registeel. So we're going to go ahead and build up some energy, go for this foul play right now. And I love running Mandibuzz with Snarl because it gains energy so quickly that I can spam these charge moves right here. And notice that my Pelipper switch timer is coming back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to be able to survive this, barely. We're barely going to be able to survive this Flash Cannon right here to be able to get off the foul play. And I know my opponent is going to swap in Defense Form Deoxys because they want to try to catch the Weather Ball on my Pelipper. So we're going to swap out right away. We're going to farm down this Defense Form Deoxys that just threw its energy, and we're going to throw that Weather Ball right here to take out the Registeel, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. All right, moving into this next battle here. We have Deoxys on the lead versus Bastiodon. This is great to see this on the lead because Bastiodon obviously does really well against our backline, and we also have to account for what they could have in the back. We're probably going to see something that is an anti-fighter, so we may see something like a Defense Form Deoxys or Medicham, or we may see some flyers, right, like Mandibuzz or Pelipper. So we're going to go ahead and let that first Stone Edge go through. We do see a Defense Form Deoxys right here, so we're going to go ahead and throw a Rock Slide for some chip damage, and then we're going to come in with that Mandibuzz. Remember, Defense Form Deoxys is a Psychic type, which means it's going to take super effective damage from foul play, and I don't really need to worry about a Thunderbolt or a Rock Slide just yet because we are so bulky. We can tank these charge moves right here. So here comes that Thunderbolt. Doesn't do too much damage. It is super effective, but Mandibuzz can absolutely tank it, and we're just going to go ahead and go for foul plays. I'm looking to maintain this positive switch advantage, so I will give up shields if they decide to give up shields. They let that go, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and farm up a little bit and throw another foul play right here before they could potentially get to a Rock Slide. They might be running Rock Slide good Thunderbolt. So we're going to go ahead and throw that Foul Play. We do get a shield, which is fine by me. I will go ahead and shield myself right here. Should be. Yeah, I shield myself right here. These battles were done earlier this week, so we go ahead and block that Thunderbolt, and now we can farm down, which is great. Maintaining that positive switch advantage, and again, making them shield first before we do. So we do see the Bastiodon come back in, which is also pretty nice because these Foul Plays will be doing some chip neutral damage right here. So we are starting to chunk it down, which is great. And I'm actually going to fast swap into Defense Form Deoxys right here because I'm thinking I might need Mandibuzz as a sack swap later on, and I don't want this defense or the Bastiodon to store up a bunch of energy. So we force a shield right here with this Rock Slide. It's either going to take it out even though it is resisted, or we're going to get a shield. We take it out, which is perfect, and we are going to see a Mandibuzz in the back. So this game is not over. Obviously, Mandibuzz is an incredibly strong Pokemon and very bulky, but we have Pelipper, so we're going to have to see how we can play this out. That Foul Play comes through and takes us out, which is unfortunate, and now what we have here is a 1v1 with Pelipper versus Mandibuzz, but we have a shield, they have a shield, and we have a sacrificial swap, which is why I decided to save my Mandibuzz right there, considering we're an even shield. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this first charge move, the Foul Play. They're probably running Foul Play Aerial Ace, so what I need to do right here is to catch a charge move on them. The first Foul Play is going to be 4 Snarls, the second Foul Play is going to be 3, and they're throwing it on 3 or on 4 right there, or on 3. So I'm going to go ahead and catch the charge move, which is perfect. We catch that Foul Play, which takes us out, and now we can come in and just go for double Weather Ball, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So on the other side, if you guys are that Mandibuzz and you know they're going to try to sack swap in order to win, never throw the charge move exactly when you get it, because your opponent is going to be counting just like I was, and I can go for this double Weather Ball right here, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. All right. Moving into this next battle. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, this was a good one. This was a good one. I remember Alcatraz tagged me on Twitter as well saying GG's. It was a good game. So we have Defense Form Deoxys here versus Golbat. Now, Golbat is very, very deadly in this meta, and we also have to worry about Shadow Ball. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and go for Psycho Boost. Then I'm going to look to swap into Mandibuzz in order to try to catch a Shadow Ball, right? That Dark typing is going to be resisting it. But I did click on Pelipper instead. I meant to go into Mandibuzz, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and throw up a shield right here because of the misclick, and it was a Poison Fang, which is unfortunate, but we will see a Lickitung come in, an XL Lickitung at that. So we're going to go ahead and let this charge move go through. It's probably going to be a Body Slam right here. If it's Power Whip, so be it, but it is just Body Slam. And what we need to do is try to go for the Hurricane. We're in a 1-to-1 shield situation right here, so I want to try to land this Hurricane to chunk as much damage as I can before they can get to another Body Slam. So they are going to be, can we get to it? Oh, we get to the Weather Ball just in time. I think he overfarmed just a bit right there, got a little bit greedy, and we're able to land the Weather Ball and take out the Lickitung, which is fantastic. Able to switch this matchup around, which is great because Mandibuzz does a lot better versus Golbat than the Defense Form Deoxys will. We don't get to a Weather Ball as well, but this thing is absolutely loaded. So we're going to go ahead and come in with Mandibuzz right here. I'm guessing they're running another tank in the back, maybe a Registeel, maybe a Bastiodon, considering that Lickitung was probably a potential safe swap, which means Defense Form Deoxys might do a lot better endgame than this Mandibuzz will. So we're going to go ahead and just load up on some energy. This Golbat is just going to be throwing Poison Fangs over and over, slowly chipping away the health, but I need to maintain some decent health here and look to throw a Foul Play, but I get a bit too greedy. They got another one off. This Golbat is absolutely spamming Poison Fangs right here, but what's also great is that means it has no energy if it decides to swap out because it won't be able to get to a Shadow Ball in time versus my Defense Form Deoxys. So we're going to go ahead and throw this Foul Play. We get a shield and we swap right away because I'm guessing they're swapping as well. So here comes a Registeel. Now, in this matchup, it is ideal to have Thunderbolt, right? It does neutral damage, but you can still do well with Rock Slide. You don't want to throw Psycho Boost. Reason being, a Psycho Boost, both Psycho Boost and Rock Slide are resisted, right? That's steel typing, but you don't want to lower your attack. So Rock Slides are going to be chipping the health right here, and we're just going to keep countering down, throwing these Rock Slides as best as we can, and I think I might be able to commit to the hard farm and be able to throw a charge move versus the Golbat that is going to be coming back in here shortly. Charge move now coming through. It's going to be Flash Cannon. It's going to be neutral here, but we can survive. Defense Form Deoxys is so bulky. We're going to commit to the farm down right here, and this is why I said you guys don't need Thunderbolt, and we're going to go ahead and throw that Psycho Boost right here to take out the Golbat, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. I could have played that a bit better by trying to catch the charge move on Mandibuzz and not shielding, but sadly I swapped into Pelipper. That's okay. Good game right there. All right, moving into this next battle. We have Deoxys on the lead versus Alolan Ninetales. This is really nice considering that we're running Rock Slide, and I do like Rock Slide Psycho Boost in this Remix Cup meta because of a couple things. Firstly, Altaria, that Rock Slide really helps out, and then Psycho Boost comes in absolutely clutch, and Rock Slide does well against the Alolan Ninetales, but Psycho Boost comes in so clutch in a lot of situations where you need some good quick burst damage, and Thunderbolt isn't necessarily needed to take out Registeel or Bastiodon like we've seen. Now we do see them swap into Politoed, so I'm going to go ahead and throw this Psycho Boost right here to do some chip damage, and then we're going to come in, I believe, with that Pelipper, right? No, the Mandibuzz right here. So we come in with the Mandibuzz. We got to keep it away from the Alolan Ninetales that they swapped out. And we also don't want to give up another shield, right? They're up 2-1 in shield, so we got to throw this foul play in order to put pressure on them to shield. And also what's great about Mandibuzz, even though it is flying, I don't have to shield a Blizzard. We can survive. You guys can trust your flying Umbreon to survive a Blizzard because that is not going to be enough damage. And now we can maintain switch advantage right here from them or get shield advantage, which is going to be really nice. So we're going to go ahead and throw that foul play, takes out the Politoed. We're going to see the Alolan Ninetales come back in, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to come back in with that defense form Deoxys, and they do decide to swap out into a Medicham. So this is where I'm talking about that burst neutral damage comes in so handy to chip away health. We're going to go ahead and throw this Psycho Boost here to chunk the health of Medicham, come in with the Pelipper right here, and their only win condition is to really land a Psychic. So I'm just going to be throwing Weather Balls for neutral. Wing Attack is doing so much super effective damage that this is going to be perfectly fine, and they don't shield it, which is great. I think they knew that the game was kind of over, so we're just going to go ahead and shield this charge move. It is a Psychic, which is great. We're able to block that, farm down, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. All right. Moving into this next battle here, we have Deoxys on the lead versus Drifblim. Oh man, this is a tough one. All right, so we're going to swap right away into Pelipper, start getting ahead on energy. I'm going to see if I can get a Weather Ball off right here. This added chip damage is so nice. If this can land, this is going to be beautiful, which it does. Perfect. We're going to go ahead, and I believe I decide to not shield on this first one right here. It is going to be an Icy Wind. I think they only built up to 4, and we will see a Meganium now come in. So what I need to do is I firstly need to get shields, so I messed up right there. I should be building up to Hurricane, but I really didn't want to have to shield a Frenzy Plant before getting off the charge move. So what we're going to settle for right here is just some chip damage with Weather Ball. Look to come back in with Mandibuzz right here and soak all the energy that they are farming down, right? They're committing to the hard farm, we know it, but we have Mandibuzz that can soak all of this energy. So we're going to go ahead and come in with that. There's no place for this Frenzy Plant to go, or Earthquake. It's going to be Frenzy Plant, but it's going to be resistant. As you can see, Mandibuzz absolutely tanks it, and we're just going to farm down. No need to shield right here. Plus, Drifblim is out of energy, so we're going to have to see how we can play this out. It all depends on what they have in the back. Now, I make a critical mistake right here that I don't want you guys to make. Don't just spam foul play, because they brought in a Medicham right there. I should have been waiting to see what Pokemon comes in, then throw the charge move, because this neutral damage right there is not going to be enough, and that's going to bite me later on in this game. So what we're going to do now is go for the Aerial Ace here for super effective damage, and then I'm going to look to swap into Defense Form Deoxys. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out, start getting ahead on energy. We are going to see this Drifblim now come in. Now what's great about landing that Weather Ball, like I talked about earlier, is this Drifblim now is within range of a Rock Slide or a Psycho Boost KO. So we're going to go ahead and shield. It was an Icy Wind shield bait, which is unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and go for Rock Slide now. This obviously does super effective damage, and we will be seeing shields from the Drifblim come out, so they go ahead and shield that one. Now, I get a bit of lag right here, but we're going to go ahead and build up, and then I'm going to try to go for a Psycho Boost, but they pull the trigger on the charge move. I'm going to shield this as well, and it's going to be another Icy Wind. I dislike Drifblims. You always know it's an Icy Wind, right? You always know it's an Icy Wind, so you decide to shield, and it is Icy Wind, but then when you think it's just an Icy Wind, you decide not to shield, that's when it's a Shadow Ball. So what I decided to do now is swap into Mandibuzz, saving the Psycho Boost right there, hoping that I can win CMP tie here at the end, because what you're going to see is the Medicham here throwing the Ice Punch, which is not enough to take me out, and I need to go for this Aerial Ace, but this was my critical mistake. This Mandibuzz is going to be resisting Hex, which means Drifblim can come in and farm down and get the energy it needs to throw a Shadow Ball right here. So we're at a CMP tie, but I lose it, and this is going to be Shadow Ball. Defense form Deoxys is bulky, but it cannot survive the Shadow Ball. Boom! Takes me out, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. I did a couple mess ups right there, but that's okay. You live and you learn. Here we go. Moving into this next battle, we have Defense Form Deoxys versus Altaria here on the lead. I really like this lead matchup with Rock Slide Psycho Boost because they typically won't shield the first charge move. So what you can do is just go for this Rock Slide for super effective damage, and then you can go for a double Psycho Boost, which is really, really nice. Plus, we have to think about what they could have in the back. They obviously need an answer for Charm in this meta, so they likely have a Registeel. So I want to try to save Defense Form Deoxys. So we're going to go ahead and shield this first Sky Attack right here. I'm going to build up to 2 Psycho Boost, and they threw a Dragon Pulse, which is interesting. They should be going for Sky Attack, but I'm going to go ahead and go for double Psycho Boost right here and look to force a shield to get into a 1-1 situation, and then I think I swap into Pelipper then. So we go ahead and throw the Psycho Boost. We're going to throw the next one right here. This should be getting the shield, or we're going to get it extremely low. I don't think it's going to be enough to KO right here. Yeah, barely not enough. So we're going to go ahead and swap into Pelipper and try to fast move down. But, oh, they get to the Sky Attack just in time. I have to let this go. I can't just shield a Sky Attack. So we'll have to see what answer they have for a Pelipper. And it's going to be a Mawile, which is beautiful. I'm like, you're going to bring a Mawile into the Pelipper right here. All right, let's do this. So we're going to be throwing these Weather Balls for neutral, and it does so much damage. Plus, Fire Fang and Power Up Punch are resisted. So we can go ahead and throw this Weather Ball. We don't need a shield. This is just going to be a Power Up Punch. This is not going to be enough to take us out, which means we can get to this Weather Ball right here, force that final shield from our opponent, or get switch advantage. Let's see how this plays out. We land the Weather Ball. Beautiful. The Mawile goes down, and the final Pokemon is actually going to be an Escavalier, which is beautiful. You guys can calculate how this game is going to end. We can go ahead and come in with Mandibuzz, and that is going to be basically a good game. I think I come in with Defense Form. No, I come in with the Mandibuzz here, and that is going to be a good game. Mega Horn doesn't do a lot of damage. It's neutral, right? Flying Dark. You don't need to shield right here. This is perfectly fine. It is going to be Mega Horn. What I don't want to happen is to get shield baited, them to get a shield, like get Acid Spray landed on us, right? We're at the shield, and then throw the Mega Horn. So what we're going to do here is just throw these foul plays. Again, that Altaria is extremely low, so we got to anticipate the sack swap, which they do right here, and now we can just farm down, which is again why I said don't throw your energy right when you get it in these situations from earlier, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. And that was the final battle there. Climbed up to 28-20 with that team. It was a lot of fun, and I will say I didn't run into double Charmers, which might give this team some trouble, but you guys know Go Battle League. You see different metas and different teams on your climb up. So if you guys aren't seeing a lot of double Charmers, this team can work really well, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.